Hello and welcome back to the Cheltenham Festival. Race 3 upon us already. This is the 250, 10 minutes from the off at the moment. And we're going to run through the runners and riders. A lot to go through here. This is the Ultima handicap. And number 1, Eldorado Alen. Number 2, Run Wild Fred. Number 3, Highland Hunter. Number 4, Stumptown. Number 5, Monbeg Genius. Number 6, The Goffer. Number 7, Meeting of the Waters. Now, JP McManus has only just purchased this in the week. Number 8, Chambard. Number 9, Minella Crooner. Number 10, Kitty's Light. Number 11, Gevry. Number 12, Eglat de Ria. 13, Victorino. 14, Bustleton. 15, Trelawney. 16, Twig. 17, Chianti Classico. Number 19, Lord de Mesnil. Number 20, Excello. Number 21, Famous Bridge. And number 22, We've All Been Caught. The two non-runners here, it was in the early morning, was Found On and Risk and Roll. So the betting forecast in the Racing Post was 11-2 favourite, Meeting of the Waters, 6-1 the Goffer, 7-1 Chianti Classico and Trelawney, and 9-1 bar these. So we're going to go into my spreadsheet, and this is the 250. Our top selection here is Meeting of the Waters. So we're going to go back into Betfair. Meeting of the Waters at the moment is trading at 8.4, which means our stake for this would be £11.90 to return £100. And our second selection would be Chambard. And just a quick look at the over-round figure at the moment, that's 102.8. I think you'll struggle to get that much less than that because of the amount of runners. And Chambard, right down the bottom here, this is trading at 65. Stakes required £1.54 to return £100. Our third selection is Twig, another one down the bottom here, 55, that's trading, £1.82 stake would return us £100. The next one we're going to look at is Monbeg Genius. This is currently trading at 20, and there's 7 minutes to the off at the moment. That's trading at 20. That requires a stake of £5 to return 100. Then our next selection is top weight. This is Eldorado Alen, which I was just trying to find. There we go. Currently trading at 34, and a stake of £2.94 would return £100. Number 6 selection here would be Vitorino. Vitorino is trading at 22. £4.55 stake on this would return £100. And our stake so far, £27.75 and 6 selections. The next one we're going to look at is our 7th selection, which is the Goffer. And the Goffer currently is the 7-1, or 7 I should say, that's 6-1. 7 on Betfair SP, which requires a stake of £14.29 to return £100. And we've got £7.97 left to play with. And the next one we've got here is Gevry. Now, Gevry is right down the bottom. This is trading at 75 and would require a stake of £1.33 to return £100. And our 9th selection is Stumptown. This is another one I thought was secretly fancied. This is trading at 11. Would require £9.09 on that to return 100, but we don't have that much in the kitty. We only have £6.63. So that would be our maximum stake on Stumptown. So we'll quickly get the calculator out. Stumptown at the moment was 11 SP and our stake was £6.63. This would give us returns of £72.93. Then you do have the commission to come off that from Betfair or Smarkets or Matchbook of around 5%. They could be doing deals on the Cheltenham meeting, so have a look at that one. But this would still give us a profit of around £20 after the fees have gone. So not too bad. That's our 9th selection, Stumptown. So I'll just run through the 8 that we've got running for us to return £100. And the first one will be Meeting of the Waters, Chambard, Twig, Monbeg Genius, Eldorado, Alen, Victorino, the Goffer, and Gevery. And then it would be, other than that, just Stumptown. Did I say all of those? Just run through it again. Meeting of the Waters, Chambard, Twig, Monbeg Genius, Eldorado, Alen, Victorino, the Goffer, and Gevery, and Stumptown, just for a small profit there, which isn't bad when you think that there's going to be 22 going to post. And we've got 9 of the field that could bring us success. So that's the runners and riders. That's the bets completed. And we can just see in Betfair that they've gone 7-2 joint now. That's the Goffer and Trelawney. And then Meeting of the Waters. Yeah, this was bought privately in the week as it impressed on its last win. And just to get back to the race before, unbelievable. I just couldn't see Gaelic Warrior cutting it over fences. But it was the most impressive winner I've seen at Cheltenham for many a year. But I felt that Elite Tomp was unlucky, was positioned in the wrong place all the way round, made a lot of mistakes and still came through to finish third. So I think that ran very well. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go over for pictures. And they are going down as it stands.
Right, talking of Bolshe, we'll start with you, AP. Let's have 2 selections each, shall we, for the pundits? Who are you going to go for? You can have 2.
I was going to go for a Cheltenham, but Megan said no. I was going to stay on Meg's pick. I think he's been very, very well trained. He's been kept at a shorter distance. I think stepping up and trip will definitely bring out improvement, but we'll see for that. And I think Victorino could outrun his odds. He ran terrible here in January, but he looked a progressive horse at Ascot before Christmas.
Not Meeting of the Waters, no?
Meeting the Waters, as Ruby said, he has to do what Willie Mullins hasn't done and win a handicap chase. David Mullins did say in a preview that he thought he was a Gold Cup horse.
Quickly, Megan, your 2 are?
Oh, I only need one, and that's Trelawney, and AP was naughty in trying to steal him then.
Mick Fitzgerald, quickly, your 2 are?
The Goffer and Strongtown.
OK, let's see what's happening in the market.
The Goffer 9-2 Meeting of the Waters, very strong, laid on at 5-1, and the each way bet of the race is definitely Stumptown from 10-1 into 17-2.
That's reflected on the exchanges. The Goffer strong rate, and one at a price being backed is Lord de Menil, a huge odds.
Runners have gone right the way down the track. They've just started coming in. There's Jesse Joanna, who's leading Highland Hunter down there. He's been really relaxed, but he's a sort of horse who can just shoot off a unopportune moment. She's just letting him jog in. They're not going to let them go till they're an awful long way back. Eldorado Allen was the horse. He went down here like his backside was on fire.
But he doesn't like going soft ground.
What a difficult few weeks it's been for this man, and not much encouragement in our first race with Jericho de Repene for Nicky Henderson. As they move forward, hopefully they'll get away first time. Richard.
Highland Hunter still being led at this point. Will have to be released in a moment or two, but has been now. So start at the entrance to the home straight, and they're off and racing, and it's a first-timer. Chambard a little slow into stride amongst those that break well. Twig, Bustleton, front rank, Eclada Ria, Chianti Classico and Famous Bridge are all front waves on the run to the first. Eldorado Allen looking for a little bit of room up the inside. Lord de Menil and We've All Been Caught as they rise at the first. The Goffer settles in midfield with Bustleton, Meeting of the Waters, Monbeg Genius as they approach fence number 2. And then we'll just have a chance. Oh, and Trelawn's gone. Trelawn, his rider, never left his feet. He's sprinted off the horse. He landed on his feet. The horse didn't. Horse and rider are both okay, and Trelawn has been caught. Hopefully he is okay, actually. In fact, that doesn't look overly good for Trelawn, and the horse is the other side of the last fence. So we'll try and keep an eye on that, because that looks as if it might be an issue, certainly for the next circuits. In the lead, Eclada Ria and Highland Hunter, from Twig racing in third, Chianti Classico racing in fourth place. We've All Been Caught is fifth. Behind these is Lord de Menil, who races on the inside of Famous Bridge. Then Manila Crooners on the outside of Eldorado Allen as they make their way towards the next. Excello, the second of the greys, is wide out with Stumptown, who races on the inside. Oh, Highland Hunter made a bad mistake there. Stretched forward, and a worse mistake by Monbeg Genius. Two really serious errors there. Monbeg Genius is knocked towards the back of the pack, where Chambard is towards the back with Victorino and also Jevry as they race towards the water jump for the first time, with still a long way to go. So out in the lead, it is Eclada Ria, who races on the inside of Highland Hunter. Lord de Menil is prominent in company with Twig. Behind these in fifth is We've All Been Caught as they take an open ditch. Famous Bridge comes next from Eldorado Allen. At this stage, the Goffer is about 2/3 of the way back through the field on the inside of Run Wild Fred. As the leaders continue, they are going to bypass what would have been the last. The Dolls are being put in that fence, but now they're taken out again, because Trelawn's been moved off the racing line and is moving a lot better, so maybe it was just the lanes being tacked. So that could be good news. Trelawn looks as if it could be okay. So Eclada Ria on the inside of Highland Hunter, Lord de Menil with Twig on the outside of We've All Been Caught. Chianti Classico racing in sixth place. Famous Bridge rises in seventh. The Goffer wasn't great there. Eldorado Allen is eighth ahead of Excello, Meeting of the Waters, and then Manila Crooner. Behind these, Kitty's Light. The Goffer races on the inside at this stage of Stumptown and Run Wild Fred. Then Jovry, Victorino, Monbeg Genius with Bustleton towards the back with Chambard. And just to confirm, they have taken the Dolls off the last again, so that will now be jumped. Still a long way to go. Victorino and Chambard are just struggling slightly towards the back. Bustleton has also lost his position as they run downhill. So out in the lead, Highland Hunter the grey on the outside of Eclada Ria. They are the first two from We've All Been Caught, Lord de Menil, Chianti Classico and Twig as they take this fence. Eldorado Allen took it next, just on the inside of Meeting of the Waters in the green and gold hoops. Excello races in midfield, Run Wild Fred likewise. The Goffer is on the inside of Stumptown. Then Kitty's Light with a break to Jovry. Monbeg Genius after that error is still quite well back in the field with Chambard, Victorino and Bustleton as the runners make their turn back up the home straight. They've completed a circuit, but not yet at halfway in the Ultima. Highland Hunter racing on the outside of Eclada Ria, who has the narrow lead. Then in third is Twig, just ahead of Lord de Menil, who has a handy spot. Chianti Classico likewise. We've All Been Caught, Famous Bridge next over it with Excello. Then towards the inside, Eldorado Allen. From on the outside, Manila Crooner with Meeting of the Waters. Kitty's Like the Goffer, Run Wild Fred, with Chambard and Victorino both trying to make a little bit off ground as they turn away. Towards the back, Monbeg Genius hasn't really recovered yet from that mistake. And Stumptown is another one who's just beginning to struggle at the back. So Highland Hunter leads the turn turn away from the stands with Eclair, Twig and Chianti Classico. Lord de Menil and We've All Been Caught will rise in 5th and 6th places, with Famous Bridge, who jumped up well over that Excello. The Nicky Henderson horse travelling okay at this stage. Not so Eldorado Allen, Meeting of the Waters, then Kitty's Light, the Goffer and Manila Crooner. Monbeg Genius just trying to recover the position after that error. At the back of the pack, Bustleton is about to be pulled up. So Bustleton is the first one to be pulled up. Reminder, we lost Trelawn early on, as Highland Hunter again has a good long look at that, and it's Highland Hunter who has this lead from Eclair in second. Twig is third, Chianti Classico racing in 4th place. Behind these on the inside in 5th is We've All Been Caught with Famous Bridge, then Lord de Benil and Excello. Meeting of the Waters in midfield, a slightly slow leap by Run Wild Fred. Eldorado Allen being driven along. Chambard comes next. The Goffer is in about 13th or 14th, with Kitty's Light, Victorino, Stumptown, Monbeg Genius, as they take the open ditch at which We've All Been Caught made a mistake. Caught in the backwash was Manila Crooner. 5 to take, and it's Highland Hunter for Paddy Brennan leading Twig. Chianti Classico's travelled very well throughout and sits in 3rd place. Eclair now back in 4th. Then Famous Bridge, who's travelling quite strongly. In 6th place is Excello. After that error, We've All Been Caught back in 7th. Making ground is Meeting of the Waters. Then Lord de Benil, who's retreating. Chambard and the Goffer are the next two with Excello. Victorino about to be pulled up. Likewise Gevry and Monbeg Genius. Highland Hunter, Chianti Classico is travelling extremely strongly at this point in proceedings. In 2nd place, Twig racing in 3rd, Famous Bridge is in 4th, Meeting of the Waters improving steadily, then Eclair. The Goffer is also on the move into 7th place, ahead of We've All Been Caught. Chambard from beaten horses in about 9th, Kitty's Light also trying to stay on. They run downhill to the 3rd last, Highland Hunter, Chianti Classico still cantering for David Bass, horse in the noseband. Twig the beige colours towards the outside, then Famous Bridge, Meeting of the Waters, the Goffer, Chambard, and towards the outside Manila Crooner trying to get involved as they all gather their breath for the final uphill climb after the 3rd last. Out in the lead, Chianti Classico, they can wait no longer, moves to the lead. Twig still travels strongly in 2nd, Meeting of the Waters and the Goffer, then Famous Bridge, Highland Hunters on the retreat, and then Chambard as this leading group. A game of cat and mouse on the home turn. Chianti Classico has the lead. That lead is about a neck or so from Twig. Meeting of the Waters coming with a challenge, then the Goffer and Famous Bridge as they make the turn towards the 2nd last. Chianti Classico and Twig, Meeting of the Waters, then back in 4th place Famous Bridge. The Goffer is now the first of that group to be dropped as they hit the 2nd last. Chianti Classico, Twig and Meeting of the Waters, they've now moved on from Famous Bridge and the Goffer, and it's Chianti Classico for David Bass at the last for Kim Bailey. Really overjumped, muddied his noseband. Twig in 2nd place, about 3 lengths down. Chianti Classico from purring along now has to dig in, but Twig is beginning to vault as well. Then Meeting of the Waters, Famous Bridge and the Goffer. Chianti Classico travelled supremely well. Slight scare at the last, but David Bass and Kim Bailey are the Ultima winners. Twig is 2nd, Meeting of the Waters, Famous Bridge, the Goffer just 5th ahead of We've All Been Caught, Kitty's Light and Chambard. They have all finished. The rest of them have been pulled up. I'm afraid Highland Hunter is down on the track as well. He's down between the last two. Eclair pulled up, Lord de Menil pulled up, and also Eldorado Allen pulled up. Chianti Classico was cantering all over them for the final circuit. He was down on his nose at the last. Twig came to have every chance, but just wilted on the run-in. Meeting of the Waters has run a fine race for the Grand National Trial to confirm Trelawn is up okay, but Highland Hunter is being attended to out on the track.
And we'll keep you posted on that in the colours of Sir Francis Brooke, who is the chairman of Ascot. His Majesty's representative there as well. This has been a long-term plan for him, Richard Pilkington and Kim Bailey, who wins this 25 years on from Betty's Boy winning the race, and a 4th win at the festival for that man, Alice, David Bass. I bet he can't believe how well the horse travelled.
Well, another good race there at Cheltenham. And we'll be back for the 4th race in about half an hour's time. So let's hope you had a nice draw on that one, taking money out of the bookmaker satchel. And we'll see you soon.